Let's make a few easy resin earrings with real dried flowers. First, you'll need some packing tape. You just want to make sure it's shiny on the outside. This is just regular packing tape. I'm cutting 2 small strips of tape, and then I'm going to cut 1 long strip. I'm using my small strips and placing them on the edges of the long strip. The small strips have the sticky side face down, and the long strips have the sticky side face up. This will keep the tape from moving around when you're working with the earrings. I'm taking my earring frames and placing them on the sticky side of the tape that I've prepared. And I just want to make sure that the earring is flush on the tape so that the resin doesn't seep out from underneath it, and it's going to act as a barrier for the back of my frame. And you just want to make sure you don't get any fuzz or scratch up the tape where the frame is, because the resin will pick up whatever marks are on the tape. So as long as it's a glossy piece of tape, it usually works out great, and the adhesive will keep the frames from moving around. I'm grabbing my UV resin and I'm going to do a first layer in each frame. This will close up the frame and act as the back layer. So you just need enough to do a thin coat. Now I'm taking my toothpick and using it to even out the resin that I've poured. And I want to make sure that it's covering the entire perimeter of the frame, because this layer is going to help keep all the resin in. I see a few bubbles around the frame, so I'm going to move the bubbles around to the center of the frame so that my lighter can easily pop the bubbles. I'm grabbing my lighter now and just doing a quick swoop over the bubbles. That should pop them very easily. I'm taking my UV lamp and placing it over my earrings for 1 minute to cure that first layer of resin. Depending on the thickness of your resin, you might need a few more minutes. You'll know by the stickiness of your resin, you don't want it to be sticky at all. And if it's still sticky, just give it a few more minutes. I'm using my toothpick to make sure that the first layer isn't sticky, and it's ready, so I'm gonna start placing my dried flowers into the frames. For the last frame, I'm using little iridescent stones in the background, and in each frame I'm now pouring a little bit of resin. I'll then add in a few flowers in the middle frame and then put the UV lamp over the frames for a few minutes. The right pair of earrings are all finished, and the middle and left pairs need a little bit more resin to fill to the top. So I'm going to add my last layer, and to the left pair I'm adding in some rhinestones, and then I will add in a little bit more resin, pop the bubbles with a lighter, and then place my UV lamp over them for a few minutes until it's fully cured. So here are all the earrings that I made. I'm gonna take the tape off of each frame. If there's any sticky residue left, you can always use some alcohol and a paper towel to rub it off. If the back of the earring is not nice and glossy for some reason, you can also always just top coat it with a thin layer of resin. Now I'm taking my earring hooks and opening them up to place each frame inside the hook. Now my earrings are all finished and I'm preparing them for display. Thank you for watching and I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments which pair of earrings are your favorite.